Most likely from the Thresh side, if there was going to be an invade. Once again, Phoenix are thinking the exact same. So they think they were going to do so, which I don't blame them. I would have thought the exact same thing. So you stack up as 5 and hope that they face check you. Unfortunately, they're not. Hyper has chosen just to do a full lineup and be defensive. And Bessa probably going to start that recall at 1 minute. And yeah, pretty standard stuff. Phase Rush in the top side. And Bessa's starting Undying Grasp. Not too bizarre. Once again, she does have multiple options there.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very safe start. You know, they're respecting the invade. They're now going to obviously rotate to their lanes. And Bessa's going to shadow the Jacks just to make sure there's not an invade. But yeah, neither team want to take that risk. And yeah, I recognize this play. You know, support shadowing a mid laner on the red side. From last night's match. I don't know if you got to see that, but that's the exact same play we did.
Yes, it was.
Literally, like it was like looking at the past history and be like, wait, I recognise this deja vu here, just with different champions. Yeah, Chuba is Masters. I wish back in silver though, so we're climbing somehow. But yeah, nothing crazy to start with here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a bit of aggression in the mid laners swapping with their Ares, which, once again, that's the whole point of that keystone, is to get those pokes in and out. And they are just, once again, you're seeing for the master tier players, they're just weaving in those auto attacks, those bit more. They're just fighting a bit more for the CS. Perfect CS from both mid laners, 7 and 7 at the moment. Bot lane's hit level 2, top's hit level 2. Oh, Gragas getting a bit of a better trade there. Orianna slightly winning in the mid lane. I say slightly. Oh, evened out now.
Here we are. Yeah, here we are. Both mid laners kind of going low. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, we do have Ambessa and Gragas. It looks like Ambessa tried to do some damage and tried to break open the casks, but it is the Gragas that will come out on top of these early trades here with the innate healing in his kit. Whereas Ambessa only has the biscuits to rely on at this stage. And both junglers hovering this mid lane, you know. Hypers, you know, he does want to camp. He's got his tent in the icon, so let's see if he can actually use it. We see Yunara starting to stack up those stacks of that Q ability.
Wukong being a bit aggressive in the invade there. Unfortunately, falling slightly behind in CS to get into that value. We're going to see if the Jax player will be able to punish this on the scuttle grab.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of fights from these vision grabs and all that, because it's an essential part of either elo. We are seeing though a bit of a CS lead coming out for the Jax here.
Great trade on the Gragas there.
Very large lead actually when you think about the jungle. You know, he's almost finished his first clear. While this Wukong is he's still got another 2 camps to go, including this red buff. Well, that's now closed in a bit, but that just means Jax is going to get so much early prio on these vision. And he's going straight, he decides to go towards top side, conceding that bot side crab. He must have stolen away.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. No, I think there was a fight on the Raptors pit, and that's why the CS looks a bit weird at the moment of 23-19. Normally junglers have a CS.
Great use of the ball there to cancel the recall there from the Orianna, but she could get punished here. Obviously, the shields are coming out. He has to burn the flash.
Counter gank.
The Jax is here, but Wukong is here to answer the call. The stuns come out from the Victor. And yeah, you're not going to complain at that. Nobody dies. The only
one thing to note is both Orianna and Gragas have recalled here, where their respective solo laners haven't had the chance. Orianna did TP, Gragas has not TP'd, so those champions are now sitting with item leads in their pocket. As you can see, Ambessa trying to get the recall there. And it's just going to explode any moment. It's just going to be one fight that's going to take it out. Maybe it might be the Dragon fight or the Voids. Usually those are the sort of 2 big fiestas we normally get in our solo queue games, right?
Well, that's it. In my solo queue games, it's normally in the mid lane, and there's a fiesta because everyone just decides to turn up. But we do have an interest, obviously, that Orianna had to burn that flash in that fight. So it'll be interesting to see if Greaser decides to make a return gank there, knowing that that's such an important summoner spell for a fairly mobile mid lane mage. You know, yeah, she's got a bit of movement she can get using the ball, but compared to this Jax, if Jax hits on top of her now, she's likely going to be going back to the repair shop.
At the moment, we do have Hyper with the TP advantage on Gragas.
That hook almost! Why, at the max range.
And
See,
you
I
see
think if that had
Yunara
been a
just
Nautilus,
immediately punishing.
yeah, if that had been a Nautilus, that would have caught, thanks to his
with a
Bluetooth
lollipop,
gain activity. We see that Raid doing a bit of poke, but both mid laners just trading happily enough at the moment. And Bessa going in on the Gragas, trying to get some poke out. See, there's an angle, but there's not much there. The level up comes through, gets the first 6 of this top lane. Now, obviously, the Bessa has matched it, but we obviously taking a lot of damage here from the Yunara.
Yunara's sidesteps are just beautiful. Reading Thresh like a book there and punishing him every time he whiffs it as well. But great work from the Yunara. But she is 5 CS down.
Well, I'm about to say that we are seeing Jinx with a 6 CS lead at this stage, 120 gold in her back pocket, but we are going to see Ambessa again do some damage on this Gragas. You know, Gragas going to slightly, obviously, more reserve build, looking for the Fimbulwinds. Ambessa, public execution comes out right onto the Gragas. The cask is going to knock her away, disengage. Gragas will live to drink another day. As looks like we're getting set up for a bot lane fight. Run this dragon here. Jinx's Zap comes out onto the Yunara. He's just going to trade poke there. But Wukong's kind of caught out here if he's not careful. They know he's there. Victor walks down. This could get messy.
Both mid laners are low on mana.
Oh, Jax jumps on the clone.
Decoy absorbed a lot. Wukong going back in.
Yeah, Wukong's trying to punish this. Gets loaded up with the ball. Ready for the, obviously, the Orianna. But nobody's dead yet. And it looks like they're just going to concede the Drake to Phoenix here. Or at least for the moment, they look like they're going to concede it.
Yeah, when Wukong jumped back in there, did not take as much damage as you thought he would, as he was sort of like left alone for a slightly. Both mid laners were low on mana.
Ambessa's cut out on the top lane. Here we are. Yeah, Wukong decides that I'm not going to fight this dragon.
Ooh.
The flash coming out from the Gragas, but they're not going to get too much value from it, even with, you know, both Wukong and Gragas there. They can't quite dive this, even with a crashed wave. We'll get the UI back up in a second. Looks like, you know, we've had some technical issues with this software.
What we are seeing is that before the UI dropped, it's only the mid lane that's actually having the CS difference. I believe Orianna has a 10 minion lead, where the other lanes are still relatively quite close, only like 3 CS within each other. So once again, one team fight can blow this game out the.
Yeah, we see Jax. We see Jax in his own jungle. Obviously, Wukong is a level up on him. And with this, you know, the Thresh come out, what a hook! The play comes out, and it's first blood to the monkey. The TP coming up from the Orianna would have just secured it, just in case that fight had went the wrong way. I don't know if she needed to. It was actually Gragas, sorry, that TP, not the Orianna. But the monkey coming out ahead in the first kill.
Once again, the Thresh just got there first, got to the roam first. A beautiful scout out to pick off that Jax. And yeah, it's just going to be a swapped and an ejector right back to them.
So at this point, obviously, you know, we've got first dragon to blue side, first kill to red side. Grubs look like they're going to go to red side. Who would you rather be on? Would you rather have the Grubs or would you rather have that early dragon?
Well, the longer the game...
So mid laners just trading quite heavily. Both ultimates coming out. Wukong is in the area and he's looking. He smells blood. Victor can't step up here too far, and Wukong has Senate. He's on the ball. The gravity field doing work, and Victor will live to fight another. Although Jinx
caught with her pants down.
Yeah, that was much more powder than Jinx there. As Ambessa doing a lot of damage now. Gragas is the wrong side of the lane. Really.
The minion wave being a great equalizer.
Yeah, thankfully I had the wave, because otherwise that could have got messy really quickly.
So to answer your question of who I would rather be, the longer this game stays even, the more I would want to be the Victor player. Right? Because once again, you get to scale, you get to become these monster in the team fights, right? And you get to have a bit more agency over another hyper carry, say like Jinx, where you're relying on your spells, where Jinx is kind of hoping more on her team play. We're saying that as we do have the gold lead back up, it is a 1.5k gold lead to the Jinx team, the Hypers.
Yeah, and a lot of that is, you know, we've got 10 CS up here in the bot lane, 16 in the mid lane. So we're going to see the hook come in from Thresh, but the slow from the Yunara is doing work. That W has so much value in a team fight if you can land it onto someone. And the beauty is, even if you hit someone, it's going to go the max distance. unlike a lot of these skill shots, where it's normally your first person hit and then nothing else happens.
So we're seeing Orianna with a 14 CS lead. We're seeing Jinx with a 9 CS lead. It's mostly about that first blood kill that's gone over to Wukong. But yeah, well, the next objective is going to be the next dragon, which I think we're going to be waiting maybe about 3 more minutes for that. I'm expecting that's going to be the next big blow up. Big notable people. Oh, fight!
Here we are, sorry, yeah, Jinx and Yunara. Yunara is loaded up. She has popped the ulti. Here we go. She has got the Lulu ult on her as well. She's tasting purple, but neither bot lane fully committing there. As we're going to see Wukong, he takes 1 tower shot, takes 2. He's going to take a 3rd one, but that's not going to matter. Hypers is just going to slay Daydreaming for the 2nd kill of the match.
Wukong with little attacks on the way out.
Yeah, Wukong is just doing what he needs to do to get his laners camping around here as well. Yes, back up on the blue bottle. The graphics.
This is the power of this Wukong ultimate, right? This Wukong ultimate is designed to get kills. It's designed to set up. It's going to do so much more than the Jax, but the Jax will carry later on.
I mean, that's it. Jax, you know, he's really strong onto these immobile carries, but right now he's just not being able to get onto them, and because the fights are happening onto this Orianna and Wukong, like, he needs to be going down to this bot lane, jumping on this Jinx, preventing those resets. As we see a lot of damage come from the Ambassador. Great trade. That was a great trade there. And Gragas has to be careful. I mean, Ambassador does have a public execution, although we are going to get a replay here. Yes, here we see the Victor. Wukong gets balled up. Even with taking the 2, that command shockwave, you know, that's what you want to see if you're a fan of HypzerzCamps here.
We're seeing some first items come out. Triforce on the Wukong, Rod of Ages on Gragas, which unfortunately, even though it is a completed item, Gragas is going for the traditional sort of scaling build with the Rod of Ages. The Tear of the Goddess probably going to change into Winter's Embrace, most likely. And neutralizing this Mbessa. Mbessa most likely going for either Eclipse is a normal starting item. Yunara coming back with the Blade of the Ruin King.
And that is second dragon. Yeah, second dragon over to the side of Phoenix, but it's not going to matter because the Alchemist's defeat of Warfare to the side of Hypers. And that's obviously a kill on this Orianna with of the 2 Dark Seal stacks and 2 kills onto this Wukong. Although Gragas getting caught behind turret will take a tower shot, and then public execution is getting ready to come out here. Wukong is in the area though, so they can't be too much. Jax is caught bot side.
Gragas summoned Flash Burn.
Yeah, they still can't kill this Gragas. Wukong's taking away the Jax camps because they know he's bot side. And it's not even like the Ambassador can punish.
The tower damage that Orianna has done on mid is insane. Once again, that mid lead slowly starting to come through a lot more there with the completed item from Orianna. Wow, that's almost going to be first tower, most likely towards Hypers.
I mean, they're going to take another plate here in the bot lane, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Obviously, that gold lead is now even with that.
Gragas is in mid trouble.
Jax jumping on. You know, we saw on bot side, Gragas overstayed. He's welcome. He's going to walk back.
Oh, the power of Phase Rush. That's so beautiful.
Thing is, though, this is still quite dangerous for him because he is in deep in enemy territory. Meanwhile, the Jinx is feeling the whole wrath of the Yunara, decides not to take the lantern, and instead it flashes out. And yeah, Jax is going to make sure there's no executing. Hoi hoi. Or we're saying bye-bye to his life.
I mean, Gragas, even though he did die there, he was able to catch quite a bit of the wave, so he won't miss as much on the return. Bot lane playing that really well. Unfortunately, the Yunara missing her W, not being able to apply this load to the Jinx. Perhaps could have forced out the barrier if so, but they just now convert it into tower damage.
Yeah, we were talking about the first items here, and for me, I'm so used to seeing Yuntals as a first ADC item as we see the Super Mega Death Rocket land true, but it's not going to stop the tower going down, and it actually will be first tower to the side of Phoenix IntSports in this bot lane. This Yunara's pushing power is proven viable. Yeah. She's got the Bork, and it's doing work. But normally, you would see on both AD carries, the Yuntals. And yeah,
we'll come back to that as we're seeing this here. Unfortunately, I think the Gragas just sort of panic dropped his ultimate there as like it stuck Jax on the wall rather than knocking him back over. But Gragas just able to buy so much time, which once again you can see Orianna was recalling and she cancels her recall to apply tower pressure. And once again, where Gragas, he's caught a bunch of the minion wave. He's not actually going to miss that much on the bounce back.
We haven't seen a big fight here though. Sorry, we've got fights all over. We'll come back to that in a second. The Thresh ult comes out, doesn't quite get much. They flash on the Orianna to try and catch her a couple. We'll do some damage onto the Lulu. Yeah, Gragas is here as well. They are going to have to back away. And Bessa is at the back of the fight. She can't get into it.
5v5.
Yeah, the Jinx will take the Thresh Lantern and she'll live. Meanwhile, Bessa's trying to damage onto this Gragas, but she has to respect the fact the whole team's doing the public execution onto the Orianna. Will do a lot of damage, but she's caught in the back line with no support there. Lulu's way out of this fight. Wukong's going in.
Oh, so many resets.
And Jax is going to get shut down. That's big. And now, you know, Ambessa, Vector trying to do damage onto Gragas. Will be Jax that picks up a double kill, but they will then die to the Jinx. And the Jinx is excited with an Orianna ball on top of her head. But they're going to back out. The Thresh Hook will land onto a minion, pull them towards the Shinara. But there's nothing more going to happen, I don't think. A 2 for 2 in the end, but they did manage to pick up the Rift Tile during that engage, although both sides are not done. They want more blood. The hook lands onto the Lulu, but that's not who you want to get it on. You want to get onto Shinara. She walks over the Jinx traps, and it is a double kill for the side of Phoenix IntSports, who will tie the kill lead here 5 apiece. That is now 1-0-3 on the Inara, 3-2 on the Jax, and yes, talk us through this.
I mean, there was so much here. We have the Ambessa dive, we've got the Wukong trying to position on the back line, and unfortunately, you see multiple members, they get low, but Jinx is just not able to get a singular reset here. The Jinx rocket doesn't execute anyone. The Thresh is going to land a beautiful hook when we go back to the Tribe Rush. And there it is. There's the first kill, but once again, you're going to see the Victor W stop any momentum that this Jinx has. And it's so unfortunate. Jinx was almost ready just to take over that team fight.
Yeah, I think here, obviously, on both sides, we're just kind of almost going to disengage or wait for them to overstep. Both having the same idea, but this Yunara, they're just so good. And seemingly, I've been told in production that Wukong flashed the Lulu. So not really the talk you wouldn't be flashing. And now Yunara, she's got her Bork, she's got her Runand. This champion is going to be so deadly. The Rift Out will come out to try and create some drama around this dragon. They are chasing Yunara, but Yunara will dodge. And now they've got to be careful because these orbs will be going everywhere. The dragon is a flip and it goes to the Wukong. And now we're fighting again. It looks like the Thresh is going to die to the Jax, who has slain the beast. But the Ambessa will trade on the backside. And now Wukong will fall to the Victor. And Jax is chasing down the ballerina, trying to snap her legs. But she can't quite get to it.
That was
this Yunara's doing so much damage.
Absolutely. I believe that dragon has then gone over to the inn, so it's 2-1 on the dragons.
No, it went to the side of Hypers. It was steal.
Yes, it was a steal from the Wukong, yes? Because he's going to come back and he's going to E and get the smite here. I believe there's going to be a shockwave landed on the Yunara and Victor, which there's no follow-up, but the damage just completely rips through them here. Wukong focusing the Jax here, but Jax is so tanky when he presses R onto multiple people, which he got it onto 2. Go on.
Just look at the healing that this Bork provides this Yunara as well in these fights. You know, especially with the Runans, she's getting twice the value out of that.
So that dragon steal was so valuable because if I understand correctly, I believe it is 2 dragons to Phoenix
2 to 1,
and
yeah.
1 dragon.
That would have been
so that would have been so much pressure. Yeah, so much pressure. But once again, Hypes, they do have the gold lead here, so it is time to fight back for these objectives. Gragas wasn't there for that fight. Oh, Jack's overextending here.
Oh yeah, I think Jack's tried to go for it. He won't get out. The super mega death rocket flies through the posts.
Oh, is Yunara next?
And yeah, Yunara gets caught by the Thresh Hook. She's going to get the Lulu up to try and disengage, but Wukong will jump her and just absolutely smack his lance onto that head and get a double kill onto Lulu. The whole bot lane for the side of Phoenix IntSports just falls apart. And what was a very close game is now ballooned almost a 4K lead in just a split second there.
Yeah, so one thing to point out there was that in that dragon fight, Gragas wasn't involved. That was a 5v4. Gragas was split in top there. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the TP there. And yeah, just Jax just going deep in the jungle by himself. I don't know what happened there.
I think he thought he could maybe steal a...
He's got vision on two of them.
Yeah, he knows they're there, but I don't know what he's doing. Genuinely don't know what he's doing. He should just be playing it safe. Jinx misses a point-blank Super Mega Death Rocket. Obviously, in the fiction picture, we do see that they did take the Atakan, but because of that, obviously, Red Team were looking to punish, because obviously they knew Jax burnt a lot, and unfortunately, it's the Lulu and the Yunara who pay the price.
Unfortunately, Yunara bot lane just coming in, it was just like, guys, like, I can fix it, don't worry. And then, yeah, just Thresh, like, unfortunately, he hasn't been able to land the hooks in lane, but who cares when you land them in the team fights, right, in the skirmishes. This Thresh pick showing real value outside of the laning phase. I'm absolutely loving this player here.
I mean, we're seeing the goalie, the 1.7k in favour of the Hypers in top lane, fairly even in jungle, and a slight lead to the Wukong. 2.4k to this Orianna. But we all know the power of a late game Vector, but the Yunara is still slightly ahead, even with being down in CS, thanks to those assists.
We are starting to see two items on everyone now, on the side of Hypers, right? We're seeing Gragas with Rod of Ages, which in 50 seconds, that's going to be fully stacked with the Sarah's Embrace. We're seeing Orianna on 2 items of Storm Surge second, Jinx with the Phantom Dancer. This Jinx is going to be a menace in the team fight. Where on the other side, it's just Yunara with the Blade of the Rune King and Runans. Going to do a lot of the damage in the team fights, but unfortunately, the gold lead on the side of the Hypers is just a lot more bigger.
Oh, Jax, sorry. Face check to Bush, and he was going to jump away, but not jump away enough. Ooh. And thanks to the zap from the Jinx, Hoi Hoi will pick up a kill, and now Jinx is excited. And she's going to put pressure. Yunara takes a lot of damage, but none of them are here. They're so split, and there just goes that tower.
Jinx is excited.
Yeah, that's a scary champion too. Once that one kill, the whole thing just blows up in their faces.
Oh,
and,
that
oh my
god! Storm Surge.
Oh,
and the whole team's Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, that Vector is right in the hex core there, just absolutely blown up. And it's another tower, another reset for this Jinx. And look at the gold graphs; it is all red, all lead for the HypzerzCamps. Near enough 7k in the lead, 6.5k in the lead now.
Unfortunately, Jax's last two deaths have just really started to throw him behind. Originally, he was 4-1-1. Now he's 4-3-1. Meanwhile, Wukong being killed. Wow.
Oh, Wukong's just there. We're talking about overstepping in the jungle. Wukong, what are you doing? You know, the Yunara on her own has enough damage to an extended fight kill anyone, no matter how tanky you are. And once she gets some backup from this Ambessa, it's so dangerous. Now, obviously, the problem that is now, for 20 seconds, they'll be able to have pressure on this dragon, but Dragon's going to look for something. They get onto the Yunara! The cast blows away. She has to pop her out and Lulu out to try and stay alive, but Jinx is excited. She's going to get 2 kills. The Orianna will pick up 1, and that will tie the Drakes even.
The bomber. Okay, so we gotta get a replay of that. So pay attention. Obviously, we saw the Gragas bomber, but then pay attention to the Orianna. That shockwave just came off cooldown, and she smacked it down onto 2 people. So you're gonna see the initial fight here on the left, where Gragas goes for the flash ult, and then watch the Orianna on the Jax. Yeah, and then Jax and Lulu, and then just sets up perfectly for this Lulu. Lulu just completely ignoring the Jax, going straight for the reset. Sorry, Jinx.
Oh, sorry. I'm just watching the picture. Orianna getting a solo bolo with a Victor when it looked like it should actually be the Orianna who was dying there. I would love to see a replay of that, but right now I just don't know how. I don't know how Phoenix, they need to rise from the ashes somehow. I just don't see how they're going to do it this game.
I mean, once again, Orianna is just monstrously ahead. 3.9, 1 item overall. Victor's just finished his secondary item. We're going to see it on the replay here. I think it was just a case of they were trying to clear the waves, but then it was just a case of it's extended into a fight. Double flash. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no, we're caught again. It's Lulu in the jungle. Yunara's going to get a bit of damage onto this Orianna, but there's not much more going to happen. Wukong will take the lantern, and they're just going to have full prio for this Baron, which is spawning in the next 5 seconds. And Bessa's not here. She has a TP up, so she can come and join the fight, but they've got next to no vision on the whole Nashor pit. And with this Jinx, you know, she's going to get the reset if they manage to claim this. I just don't know how you fight this if you're the side of Phoenix right now. You gotta get a pick, but I don't know how you get it.
I think this is a case of Jack's playing a bit too overly aggressive here. I wonder if he's going to catch. Misses the bomber.
He's standing right in the ball range. Like, yeah. Oh, Invitational's going deep.
Oh, the flash hook! Oh my god.
The 4-man knockout from the Lulu out. The Super Mega Death Hook, it does go wide, but it's not going to matter. She's going to get reset anyway now with this Baron Buck. This should be game. This should be game. I mean, you've got an excited Jinx. You've got a Victor that is just being hooked. The Beast with a beast of a hook there. And that should just be game.
Oh my god.
You can have Unara, who was, you know, through no real fault of their own. A couple of missteps from the team. You know, we've only had not even 30 kills here. You know, it's a fairly tame game. No fiestas here, but it is a fiesta for the base. They are pulling all the tops to try and something. Hoi Hoi, he has become a champion. He's going to do a tower dive for the Orianna. Lose all her stats, and that should just be game.
The Orianna living at the very end.
There wasn't Orianna. It was the Wukong who jumped in.
The Orianna zombie is on the fountain, no?
Yeah, wow, what a game number one there.